economy. I'm at the Max Keiser Financial War Reports webpage. The URL will be in the video description, so you can go there and discover all the interesting and informative articles by this financial genius, Max Keiser. He's so down to earth you'd think he's a regular guy, but he's not. He's a veritable genius. In this article you will learn some things, and if you don't, stop coming here. Obviously you know more than I do, and I can't teach you anything. Not even Max Keiser, the great one, can teach you anything. You know more than anyone, even God. So why don't you set up your own channel and disseminate your knowledge to the world? Can't you record your voice? That's too bad. We lose. The article is Our Phantom Economy, and as soon as I saw the headline, I knew it was something I wanted to read. Because it's not the same Nazi nightly news network propaganda that tells us that everything is wonderful in the economy and Obama is playing golf. Where is his husband? He's probably at home, trying on dresses. What is a queen supposed to do while his husband is away on important missions? Do remember Michael's birthday and be sure to send him some silk pink underwear, because nothing feels better on a man's testicles than silk. Don't you agree? I'm going to have to get me some pinks, but there's one thing bothering me about it. What happens when I go to the airport and the TSA asks me to get naked in front of everyone as part of my humiliation conditioning, so I become accustomed to the Gestapo at every corner asking for papers like Hitler's Nazi Germany? Won't I be embarrassed? That's embarrassed. The TSA wants you to bare your ass. Save up a good fart for them and let her rip when you disrobe, so they get a good whiff of a toxic fart. And that's our way of saying, fuck you, TSA Gestapo. Now I will read the article. Max Keiser writes, those who believe that phantom recoveries and phantom metrics can be substituted for reality are in for a shock in the next downturn. Stripped of artifice, there are only two kinds of media stories: those that support the status quo narrative and those that are skeptical of that narrative. What is the status quo narrative? Simply this: not only is this the best possible arrangement of labor, assets, and money, it is the only possible arrangement of labor, assets, and money. It is impossible to challenge a system that is the only possible arrangement. The only option is to accept it. Attaboy, Max Keiser. Let them have it. In effect, the mainstream media is a vast psychological operation, psyops, aimed at persuading the American public that the status quo imperial system of predatory debt-based crony capitalism that benefits the few at the expense of the many is not just beneficial to all its debt serfs and welfare recipients, but it's the only possible system. There is no alternative. TINA. Before I read the next paragraph, I want to point out what I have been saying about the real unemployment rate. Do you recall what I said? I said if 47 million Americans are on food stamps, obviously they can't buy food and are therefore unemployed, because employed means you can at least buy food. You might be living under a viaduct, but at least you can get something to eat with your meager pay. We have 47 million on food stamps in these united fascist states, but not for long. The labor force is 156 million, and so that's 30% right there. And we haven't counted those who are too poor to get over to the food stamp kiosk to apply for food stamps. There have to be at least 3 to 5% of them. Now let's see what Max Keiser says. One of the greatest and most important psyops of the imperial state, U.S. government, and its faithful lapdog, the mainstream media, is the unemployment rate. As I will show tomorrow, the real unemployment rate is between 20% and 40%. Depending on whether you think someone earning $1,500 a year selling stuff on eBay and Etsy should be counted as employed. I never heard of Etsy. The federal government is delighted to count everyone earning $100 a year as employed, and equally delighted to label everyone without a job, even one paying $100 per year, who doesn't qualify for unemployment insurance, a job market zombie, a once living person who is no longer counted as among the living. I think their method of calculating unemployment numbers is criminal, fraudulent, and good reason to fire all of them. Secession does that. These zombies are non-participants in the labor market, that is, not in the labor force. They might be able to work and want to work, but they're considered zombies once they're no longer actively seeking work. But is this the proper metric for measuring the unemployment rate? Of course not! It is obvious that the unemployment rate should be calculated on the total workforce, those of working age 18 to 65 years old who are not institutionalized or permanently disabled, and those with real jobs, that is, ones that generate enough income to get close to the poverty line. Here is our phantom economy on display. 93 million people are no longer counted as being in the workforce. They are officially declared zombies. And that's how the federal government can claim an official unemployment rate of 5.6%. I want to ask my viewers a question. Does this article scream secession? And here's the workforce with full-time jobs, that is, jobs that might support a household or half a household, and that might pay substantial payroll and income taxes, unlike the forms of marginal employment that earn a few hundred or few $1,000 annually. Just as we have a phantom workforce, the 93 million not in the labor force almost equals the 120 with full-time jobs. Imperial Rome in its final days had phantom legions. There were no longer any active duty soldiers in the legions, but the officers and paymasters filed their payroll chits, CHITS, and collected the legion's pay from the out-of-touch remnants of the imperial corps in Rome. Just as Rome in terminal decline had its phantom legions, we have a phantom recovery, phantom democracy, phantom GDP, and phantom unemployment rate. Those who believe that phantom recoveries and phantom metrics can be substituted for reality are in for a shock in the next downturn. That's the end of the article. Once again, enlightened by the great Max Keiser, who single-handedly converted Russia to Bitcoin by comparing it to gold. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time with another blistering assault on the dirty, rotten fascists and the Nazis who have us by the pink silkies. And we need to be set free. If you agree, find 10 friends and invite them to join this channel. And if you don't agree, please unsubscribe. This channel is for intellectuals who know what the hell is going on in the world and realize that we have a dire need to spread the truth. Bye. Our phantom economy. I'm at the Max Keiser Financial War Reports webpage. The URL will be in the video description, so you can go there and discover all the interesting and informative articles by this financial genius, Max Keiser. He's so down to earth you'd think he's a regular guy, but he's not. He's a veritable genius. In this article you will learn some things, and if you don't, stop coming here. Obviously you know more than I do, and I can't teach you anything. Not even Max Keiser, the great one, can teach you anything. You know more than anyone, even God. So why don't you set up your own channel and disseminate your knowledge to the world? Can't you record your voice? That's too bad. We lose. The article is Our Phantom Economy, and as soon as I saw the headline, I knew it was something I wanted to read. Because it's not the same Nazi nightly news network propaganda that tells us that everything is wonderful in the economy and Obama is playing golf. Where is his husband? He's probably at home trying